If you want to have a versatile, stylish wardrobe and you just really want to have this like Pinterest girly autumn style that is elegant but also feminine, you'll technically only need 12 items in your closet. Not only will I just present to you the items that in my opinion are the absolute must-haves, but I will also show you ways on how you can style them. So with that being said, let's not talk too much and dive right in. Hi my angels, welcome or welcome back to my channel. It's Evie, and as I was saying, today's video is about fashion again, and I'm very excited to talk you through all of these things because, as most of you know, I'm such an autumn person but also a winter person sort of. But me and autumn are just like this. Like literally in the second I start feeling a cold breeze or just seeing even autumn leaves, you guys. So with that being said, I obviously also love fall fashion, and in case you're like me and you also really want to dress like that, but maybe you don't know where to start or you really want to know the basics, then I'm so glad that today's video has found you. I will pretty much just talk you through every single item and then also explain why I think this is really on my list. And if you have all of these items, or at least half of them, you can mix and match them in order to really get endless outfit opportunities. And obviously those are also autumn coded. So if you want to become the autumn it girl this year, I got you, and I'm so happy that I'm here to help you today. Now the first item you'll need seems to be quite basic and boring, but it's so versatile, and there's a reason why you can find it in half of the autumnal outfits. And what I'm talking about are black knee boots. Particularly heeled black knee boots, because I love to wear high heels and I feel like then they look just much more elegant, especially because when you're wearing boots or knee-high boots, then can't really go wrong with the boot. Unless you might have bought something that is like 3 sizes bigger, then it might not fit that well. But despite that, I would just say that if you're buying any type of boots, it's basically like a second skin. So other than when you're buying sling bags or something like that, the heel can maybe cause you blisters or something if it doesn't fit properly or it's maybe not the right size, because sometimes determining your right heel size is kind of hard. And for me, I have like 3 sizes when it comes to heels. Sometimes. Most of the time it's 6 or a 6.4, depending on the fit of the shoe and all of these things. From my experience, you won't have that when buying boots, and obviously since it's autumn, boots are also much warmer than when you're having any slingbags or something, because obviously then you don't have anything on your leg. And these are the ones I have. They're from Cozy Island, and I actually just got them recently, and when I tell you I'm so obsessed, but you don't necessarily have to buy those. You can also buy other ones. These are just my all-time favorites. I would also say that they're actually quite comfortable. Obviously it depends on which heel you buy. For example, when you buy leather heels, it's kind of like you either freeze or sweat in them because it's not really breathable, obviously. But these ones have such a great material. I'm not sure what you call it right now. Normally I would know that, but here you can see it. Talking about versatility, there are so many ways on how you can style them. For example, you can style them with mini skirts, or even when you have some very tight jeans. Yes, I'm referring to skinny jeans, perhaps. Because in my opinion, you can style skinny jeans in a great way, but the thing is only if you combine it with knee-heeled boots. But I think that's the only option. Then you get something looking like this. And bonus points if you have maybe a black purse, or at best when you style the boots with a black top. Could be anything, but then you have the so-called sandwich method. So black, then another color, maybe like a jeans blue or something, then black again, so that the boots are not lost in its color from the outfit, that they actually belong there. You can also do many more things, but I will also show you some more examples within the video, also with the boots, because I don't want to give out too much yet, otherwise I could just say everything at once. But we want to do this very systematically, so yeah, these boots. Talking about knee-heeled boots, I would say is also very, very essential this is the second item by the way, that you also get knee-heeled boots in the color brown. And again, you don't really necessarily have to buy some that also come with a heel. You can also buy more flat ones, but that's just my personal preference and I believe that looks much better. And talking about the color method, or like overall how you could style the color to really blend into the outfit a little bit more properly. When you have black or brown boots, you can for example go for a black or brown jacket or coat, and then it immediately looks so much more put together. Now, as I was mentioning wearing skirts in autumn multiple times now, I can already hear some of you saying, how could you wear a skirt when it's cold, it's autumn and it's becoming winter and maybe it's only 10 degrees outside? And for this reason, I am so happy that something like thermal tights exists, because these are also very essential. And in most cases, they are so comfortable. Like, yeah, they are really comfortable. And I'm not talking about the regular ones that give the appearance that they are like slightly transparent, and then there's another slightly transparent layer that is not black or brown or something, but in your skin color, so like 2 layers. I'm really talking about those that have like fur in the inside. I don't really know how you call it, but I am talking about those. To have as much versatility as possible, I'm recommending you to have your thermal tights in a color that is as close to your skin tone as somehow possible. Then you also get some that are slightly transparent, so black ones. You can either go for basic ones or for statement ones. You can also get both, but yeah, I don't know. But if I had to pick one, I would even say to go for the statement ones, because imagine wearing an all-black outfit. It immediately levels up the whole look if you just style it with these statement tights, because it's not boring anymore. Now it's fun and now it has texture and interesting things to the eye. Because of the items that I have previously mentioned, obviously you should also get skirts. But I wouldn't recommend you to actually get skirts, but instead skirts. For those who don't know, these are just skirts, but they have built-in pants underneath. And especially when you're wearing micro skirts or mini skirts, it's just such a difference, because maybe some weird guys will look at you, but there's nothing to see. You're safe. So you can still move and do whatever you want. Literally, I love wearing thermal tights, then normal tights over it, and then just a black mini skirt. Perfect. So cozy. I actually have movement without like getting flashed or something, because I'm wearing a skirt. I would say to get a black one as well as a brown one. You also have brown boots, and then you can combine it with those. And also black is perfect for autumn. Brown is literally the #1 autumn color, so stick to that color if you really want to become this autumn it girl. Actually, you don't necessarily need to have a brown skirt. You can also go for a white or like cream white skirt, and I would say that's even better. As I was saying earlier, most of the pieces are quite basic, but we also need some statement pieces, and a great way to do that is to get yourself a statement skirt. So I would recommend you to get like a wool kind of skirt that has a plate pattern, at best in burgundy maybe, if you want to be extra like statement piecey like. But no, I would say the best color would actually be brown, and this is also the reason why I would recommend you to have a black skirt, a white skirt, and then like your statement piece in brown. And besides boots, I would say it's the #1 autumn item, so you should get that. For outerwear, we also, on the first glance, keeping it quite simple yet very effective. So first of all, the classic is a trench coat. I would say the classic trench coat color, so this kind of creamy tone. And maybe you're thinking, yes, but everybody is wearing that. Maybe. But most of the people are wearing it with sneakers or even Uggs, and you can style it with heels. Also, like if you're going for a very like feminine and elegant look, it still, in my opinion, completely sets you apart from the outfits of the other people. So like the normal people, if you can call it like that, that don't really stick to like styling and stuff. But you're actually putting so much thought in your outfit. So yes, it's a similar item, but you can also say that about black heels or something. And for the trench coat, I am obsessed, really obsessed with brown trench coats. You can get it in this typical like trench coat kind of fabric, but also just in some other fabric. This is the one I have, so it's slightly different and it keeps you so warm. For me, it's almost too much, but even for winter, it's perfect, and also for autumn. So I would say really the basic trench coat and a brown trench coat. You can also go for a black one, but I feel like that's too basic, only if you really have a statement piece and then combine it with a black trench coat. But I feel like it looks more effortlessly chic if you're going for a brown trench coat. And besides that, I'm just obsessed with brown trench coats. So yes, these ones definitely. And the last piece for outerwear that I am really recommending you to get is some sort of like tailored blazer or short coat, just anything that is pretty much ending at your waist or slightly longer, so that when you're wearing a skirt you can still see it. Maybe even in a color that your skirt has. So like one color that is similar to the one of your statement skirt, for example, but can also just be black or white. What I'm recommending you though is to get something that is light brown or cream. These are my personal favorites. This one is from Cider, and I think this one is as well. So both from Cider again. As I was saying, it's my all-rounder. And then lastly, because maybe you're wondering how you can actually style outfits only taking these exact items and not just with them something that you already have in your closet, which by the way is also a great option. But if you maybe clicked on this video because you really only want to buy these exact items and you want to create endless outfits with them, this is something you can do if you buy the last 3 products. So for this, I would say first of all a black long sleeve, at best with some like turtleneck going on. It doesn't have to be a thick turtleneck, it can also just be something like this. This is literally my ride or die. You can combine it with jeans or with trousers or with mini skirts. I love to combine it with mini skirts and then just wear a blazer or maybe a trench coat over it. And the same also goes for buying a white long sleeve. I would say it's also so versatile, but maybe try to not stick to one that has a turtleneck, but instead just something that is a little bit more free, so that you also have some versatility in terms of the neckline. And then also quite basic but very versatile, try to get some trousers. I would say get your hands on white trousers because they are just perfect for that. Then you have also a little bit more contrast, since we already have quite a few things that are black and brown, and then you really have this like high contrast level. And then also last but not least, so versatile, and I'm just obsessed with these, are off-shoulder sweaters. I'm actually wearing one right now, so a brown off-shoulder sweater. I have one in like cream white, then black, and also in brown. You can wear them off the shoulder. Maybe if it's too cold, you can also put some outerwear on top of it. And you can also, this is what I was talking about when referring to versatility, just putting them like that. But you can also style them as a scarf in case you don't have any scarves, and it actually keeps you warm. Not as warm as maybe a big chunky scarf, but it still looks very nice, very chic. So yeah, these are all the products. I love them all so much, and all of these items really are my ride or dies when it comes to autumn fashion. And they're not really a secret, but it's all in the styling and the combinations. And that's it with today's video. I really hope it was helpful, and I wish you so much luck when it comes to creating your fall winter wardrobe, more your fall wardrobe. And let me know if you also want me to make another separate video for the winter essentials. Happy styling! I love you! Bye!